Hey, what's up, ladies and gentle-tubers? It's Tyler from the eveRide channel. How's it going today? Today we're out here in the Badlands near my house. I'm gonna do a little trek. I wanted to bring you guys along and talk about the top 10 ways that I make money as a motorcyclist, riding a motorcycle. It's obviously not because I'm an English teacher anymore. Surprisingly enough, I was at one point. Anyway, I do have a much more detailed but probably a lot more boring guide on my Patreon page. I shared it with my patrons last month. It's a lot more detailed. Anyway, oh, I love riding. It's gonna be in the hundreds today out here, and you know, I thought I really want to get out for a ride. It's been a long time. I don't get to ride a lot. Right now it's kind of my winter, and so it's tricky. You know, most days are in the 100s, easily into the 110s a lot of days. So yeah, it's kind of tricky to get out here and ride sometimes. Should we try to do this hill climb here? I think we should. Looks pretty gnar, but as long as I look ahead, keep the throttle up, we're good. All right. Okay, hiker. Kind of scary, dude. How's it going? People around these parts don't like dirt bikers that much. There's a lot of mountain biking trails out here, and mountain bikers and dirt bikers don't tend to get get real well out here. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about the ways to make money. Get right to it. So I got this idea from Pinterest. I've been getting into Pinterest lately, and there's this article that keeps showing up in my Pinterest feed, and it's how to make money from motorcycling. And some of the ideas on the article are good, and some of the ideas on the article are pretty much rubbish. You know, ideas like get 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Well, how? Other ideas are like model. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Not for me anyway. I don't have big enough cup size. Other ideas are really good, like rent your motorcycle to people coming into town. That's a good idea. Or make deliveries. Those are good ideas. So I'm going to be talking from things that have worked for me, that are currently working for me. They're not going to work for everybody, but they will give you an idea of kind of what it takes. Some will be enough to kind of support your motorcycling habit, and you know, maybe pay for some gas once in a while, and others are the main supports that I have, that I support my family with by riding motorcycles. And I'll get it out of the way real quick. There's a lot of work involved. It's not you just go out and ride for fun or for free. And it's probably the same case in the situation of like sponsored racers and stuff too. So I'm sorry, we'll get to it now. The first way, or rather the 10th way that I make money from riding motorcycles is by selling stock photography online through like Adobe, oh, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll put a link below. They actually invited me to sell photography, so I'm not sure if it'll work for everybody, but I'm assuming it will. There's a lot of platforms out there that allow you to sell photos and information and videos and things like that, and then people who use it in their productions can purchase that. Now, I only stumbled upon this a little while ago, so there's, you know, I haven't really tested the potential of that money-making method, but it does make a few bucks. So it's something I'll investigate more, and something that you should check out as well, especially if you don't at the moment have, you know, a lot of YouTube subscribers or Instagram followers or whatever. Whoa! Didn't want to get my pole in the bush. Oh geez, that didn't sound right. What a great ride so far. Fantastic. Love it out here. Anyway, so the second way of making money riding motorcycles for me is actually YouTube itself. Well, hold on, let me check my sources here. Oh, this is gonna take a while. So number 9 is actually selling advertisements on YouTube. Now, you'd think, a lot of people think that this is gonna be the top way that people on YouTube make money, but realistically, YouTube AdSense and the YouTube ad program is just about worthless these days. First of all, if you say anything offensive at all, or at least anything that Google or YouTube might find offensive, then they're gonna demonetize your video. So a lot of creators that are really quite big are losing a lot of money and support because they were not family friendly, or they currently still are not family friendly. So that's a huge bummer. So anyway, keep your stuff family friendly and you shouldn't have a problem with that. However, my channel gets about 250,000 views a month, 250,000 views a month. It's a fairly large channel. It's not at all close to, you know, being superstar status or anything like that. I'm still pretty obscure, but whoa, get in the rut. Oh, and downshift. So anyway, still pretty obscure. 250,000 views a month. And YouTube, what does YouTube pay me for 250,000 views? They pay me $400. So you can do the math, it's not very much. But even so, YouTube is kind of the basis for how I make the rest of my money, in a lot of ways. So, you know, having access to an audience is really good, because then you can, you know, your audience will buy things or support you in different ways, or click on your ads or whatever. Now, how do you get big on YouTube? Well, I go into this a lot on my Patreon video, but to sum it up, it's basically put out the very best, most engaging, most entertaining content you can. That's it. That's it and that's all. Experts will tell you that they know the way to grow a huge audience on YouTube. And, you know, there's some research you can do, like what kind of keywords you should be using, and that stuff. But really, when it comes down to it, even experts, when they've, you know, tested their own theories by making their own channels, those channels don't do so well. Which is really interesting. I personally think that YouTube is just a big slot machine. You put in money and time. Should we go up this way? Yeah, we should. You put in money and time into the slot machine, basically, and you might get something out of it, you might get nothing. No, I don't want to go this way. I want to go back the other way. Oh, and I've already screwed up my chances for a little power turn here. There we go. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, so YouTube, you can't really rely on YouTube to make you huge. I think a lot of huge YouTubers, I don't think they know why they got big. I think they definitely put effort into it once they see it as a viable income stream. But I think in the beginning, nobody, you know, people who try hard to do YouTube, it might work, it might not. And in 99% of the cases out there, it doesn't. And you know what? Mine is one of those cases. YouTube terms, I'm really not successful at all, as far as audience size and stuff like that. So I've had to come up with other ways that I've been successful, and I probably want to go that way, is the guess. That is a stickery bush. So the next thing on the list might involve having some YouTube followers. Next thing on the list is selling merchandise. Now I barely sell. Oh, I just had a bottle drop out of my bottle thingy there. Absolutely cannot lose water. I'm actually demoing this fanny pack right now, and losing water is suicide on a day like today. And that's all cracked and stuff. That's no good. Well, this fanny pack's not gonna get the go ahead. The blinker's on. So the reason why I'm out here is actually to try to find out a way to get to the top of that ridge right there. One of my goals is to camp up there. I can actually see that ridge from my house. I call it the nub. And I've been around here before, but anyway. Anyway, so selling merchandise, yeah, it could be a good way to bump your YouTube sales for, you know, a month or so. But you've got to ask yourself, how many times a month can you sell merchandise? Or how many times a year can you sell merchandise and have it be sustainable? You know, if you've got an enormous channel, then maybe it'll make some money, but if your channel's not so big, you might have, you know, 2 or 3 people buy a shirt from Spreadshirt or something like that. Or you might have 100 people, who knows? It depends on your profit margin, how much you make, obviously. So merchandising doesn't make it very high on the list. All right, so we've got merchandising out of the way. All right, the next way that you can make money is from all right, so the next way that you can make some money is by, actually it doesn't take an audience at all. It just takes a keen eye and a little bit of money and some research and maybe some mechanical chops. And that is to flip motorcycles. So somewhere in your area right now, there's somebody selling a motorcycle for much less than it's actually worth. And your job is just to spend a couple hours every day, or maybe a couple minutes every day, depending on how much you want to get into it. Look for those crazy deals. The old ladies selling motorcycles, the rich guy who doesn't care, the people who get bored of it. So your job is to find those deals and then go buy those motorcycles and flip them. Now the next way kind of coincides with flipping motorcycles, and that's actually the same one that was on the Pinterest board, and that is renting motorcycles. So I think that's what, number 6? So you can rent motorcycles, you can rent your own motorcycle out to people coming into town. However, if you're going to be doing it consistently, or really at all, you absolutely need to have a really good waiver. You should probably set up an LLC. You need to take preemptive legal action to make sure that if somebody gets injured while riding your motorcycle, that they can't take everything you have. So that's important. The next one goes right along with that, and that is to run tours out of your place. If you have more than one motorcycle, you can rent a motorcycle and do a tour. If if you've got a little YouTube audience, you can market to your YouTube audience. Say, hey, you can come rent a bike from me, I should say. And then, oh wow, look at that. Is that Instagram worthy? That might be Instagram worthy. We'll see. Anyway, so you can do those tours and have a lot of fun with that. That's a good way to meet people too and make a few bucks. And you know, when you give a tour, just take people around the cool historic areas around your place. Take them on the most scenic trails you've got. If you're going off-road, if you're going on-road, take them to cool places to eat. You know, have a little history lesson ready for them. I don't know. My stuff's mainly off-road, so we talk a lot about dinosaur tracks and petroglyphs, ancient native petroglyphs that are really cool. A lot of that kind of stuff, so that's good times. Now the next one is what most people think of when they think of a professional motorcyclist, and it's sponsorship. And sponsorship could be a video all of its own, because sponsorship can be an utter nightmare and totally suck all that is good out of motorcycling. You know, first of all, sponsorship, it's difficult to get sponsorship. And if you do get sponsorship, I should say it's difficult to get paid sponsorship. A lot of sponsors, if you have a, you know, very small following or whatever, and you contact them and ask for a coupon or ask for, you know, a free little doodad or whatever, yeah, they'll send it to you, but probably just to get you to shut up, because they don't want to talk to you anymore. And they get a million requests a day from everybody else who's, you know, got a little YouTube channel or a little Instagram following and who wants sponsorship. So when you approach a sponsor, make sure that you have a large following, and then make sure that you give them a lot of value. And there's a couple of sites, Clout and Social Blue Book, which are really helpful. I go a lot more in depth in the Patreon video, but I don't want to talk about it too much right here. But basically, Social Blue Book will tell you, calculate your audience size and all that stuff on all the different social media outlets, and then it will tell you approximately what your stuff is worth to a sponsor. So that's really quite cool. It's really useful. Cloud does the same, but with just one number, so that's a little less useful. But if people know what Cloud is and your Cloud score is fairly high, then you can get a little bit out of it. So. Alright, so is there any way up to the top of that? Man, not that I see right now. That is Cliffy Clifferton. Over there is the only way that I can think of. So anyway, sponsorship can be a nightmare. Sponsors often ask you to do a lot more than you can do or that you want to do. So you gotta watch out. You know, they get approached by so many people that when they do actually take the plunge and offer to sponsor people, especially a paid sponsorship, they want to get their value for their money. And oftentimes, you know, if you can deliver really good results and quantify that, you know, this is how many eyeballs on you got, or that you will get for this amount of money, you know, in cents, then sponsors, you know, they respond to that. But even so, it's not worth a lot of times, especially if you do some other things that I'm going to tell you right now. Next one is by renting your home via Airbnb or VRBO. It goes along with the tour thing. You know, you can have it be, and this, you don't have to be a motorcycle guy at all, and you don't have to have a YouTube following. Just rent out a room or something on Airbnb. Make sure your local laws allow it. I ran into some problems there, but man, that's a good way to make money. and that can translate into rentals and tours for you as well. So anyway, that's a good one. Now the next one is one that I'm gonna keep really close to the chest because I'm in neutral. Because this is one that literally anybody can do, and it's so ridiculously easy that, well, it's just ridiculously easy. But it is competitive. That is affiliate sales. And so, for example, if somebody's doing affiliate sales with me, and then they click your link, you technically steal the commission that I would have had. But if you're inclined, I can't get it into first. If you're inclined, check out affiliate sales. Check out affiliate sales on Amazon. Check them out with Commission Junction. Affiliate sales has paid my my bills. It's been my primary source of income for the last 3 years, just until number 1 came along. So that's pretty good. Number 1 is Patreon. Now here's the thing, this is totally abnormal. I have no idea how I did it. I'm not offering any motorcycles for free, which is illegal because it's a raffle, basically turns into a raffle. But I'm not, I'm not giving things away for free necessarily on my Patreon. But people support the channel and they support my family. And I'm not an expert on Patreon. I don't, I'm kind of one of those people where I don't know why or how that happened. It's time to turn back. This is getting into the gnar. And being out here alone when it's going to be 110 today, not the greatest of ideas. So anyway, here's a few tips though that, again, I'm not an expert, but here's some thoughts on perhaps what I've done that has made my Patreon successful. And first is delivering really relevant, good content. Every video that I request patronage for is, oh, we're going up a different way, is the best I can do. It's either got a lot of information in it, it's got a brutally honest review, or it's cinematic. And in any case, it takes a lot of time and effort to make it. That's the bottom line. A moto vlog like this, no patron is, I can't see it anyway, but I don't think any patron is interested in paying money for, something that takes so little time as this. Oh, interesting. That's the trail again. So, when it comes to Patreon, you've got to be producing the best content you possibly can. And then I think that helps a lot. You've also got to be very actively communicating with your patrons. And so while on the channel, my channel has been growing pretty large, and I'm getting lots and lots of comments and lots of private messages and things. I can't answer those all, but I've only got like 300 patrons, and so I will answer every single message that they might have. I try to get back to every single comment, even if it's just a hey, good work on this one or whatever. So anyway, yeah, there's that. So personal communication is a big one. I feel like I got to know a lot of my patrons before I ever opened a Patreon, because I was super responsive to all of the communication I used to get. So that was really fun. A lot of people have come out and ridden with me and stuff like that. And then basically I just try to bend over backwards for them. If they're gonna come out, a lot of times in the past I've let them just stay for free in my home, in my kids' room. We'll move all the kids in the bedroom and let the patrons stay or whatever. And whoa. a little bit more of a hill climb than I was expecting. Get out of neutral, you beast. Anyway, you know, the other stuff I forget because I'm out here riding, but those are the top 10 right there. So hopefully that helps you out, and hopefully I can edit this video down so that it's not a monstrosity. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and much love to all of you. Hopefully these tips have helped you out. If they did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment if you have ideas for your own ways that you've made money for motorcycling. Because those are the things that I do, but there's definitely many, many other ways out there, and I'm not the expert. So anyway, much love, guys. eveRide out.